spread lies and junk. Let's investigate it, let's debunk. Let's debunk, let's debunk, let's debunk. Production shining bright. Fake hauntings just wanna survive. Let's seek the truth and get it right. And debunk those lies hidden in the night. Let's debunk, let's debunk. Productions, here we go, bringing you the truth about the paranormal, not letting the fakers spread lies and junk. Let's investigate it, let's debunk. Let's debunk, let's debunk, let's debunk. Productions shining bright. Thank God Jesus won't survive. Let's seek the truth and get it right. And debunk those lies hidden in the night. Let's debunk, let's debunk. Here we go, bringing you the truth about the paranormal, not letting the fakers spread lies and junk. Let's investigate it, let's debunk. Let's debunk, let's debunk, let's debunk.
There we are. It's like, where the hell are we?
That was kind of funny.
Hello, boobies. How's it going, everybody? We survived the weekend, so I hope I don't sound funny because this ear is clogged and it's driving like I'm hearing Dana like I'm underwater. It sucks. So I don't know.
Maybe your head was held under the water. Huh? Maybe your head was held under the water. And you don't know it.
It's possible.
I don't know.
So welcome everybody to the Monday stream. Hang on a second, don't be fine.
Oh, you have it up on the top. I didn't know where you were at. I thought it wasn't at the top.
So apparently Dana's going to she's gonna come back in because she's got a meeting at 4. Yeah, so her meeting starts right now. Pinky, hello. Two-ply Jamie is in the house. Hey Jamie, how you doing? I got to check out your newest video. I saw you had one up. I haven't been getting your notifications. I don't know why. It's weird.
Little Miss Mayhem.
Hello.
Mrs. Boo.
Ken is in the house. Hello, Ken. We see your comments on all the old videos. Ken has gone back. I don't know. Maybe he's researching us to out us or something. He's watching all of our old shit.
Candy.
Ken, I hope there has been improvement between the old videos and the new ones. I think I should do that sometime. We should do a reaction to the first video that we did. Because I think I've got
Bubba in the background
Pop
there.
is in the house. Hello, Pop.
Bubba's
Candy is in the house. Hello, Candy. Two-ply has been a member for 5 months. Go ahead and put that one up there. No, it's not a good thing that we don't get your notifications.
Loretta.
That is not good, Two-ply. Thank you, Two-ply, for being a member for 5 months. We appreciate you.
We have Loretta in the house and Shelly.
Sheila.
No,
it is Shelly. Jesus Christ, I can't read. Yesterday, guys, if you would have talked to us yesterday, if you would have said, "Hey Jeff, what's 2 + 2?" I would have been
20.
I don't fucking know.
Cree.
Mrs. Two-ply is in the house too. Hello, Cree.
Shadow Cat. Mysteries Untold.
Hello, everyone. Wandering Wenchy, hello. Loose Space, hello. We're gonna definitely talk about our weekend, but as always, you guys can always ask us any question at any time.
So you see Bubby in the background. Say happy birthday to Bubs.
So where's Boo?
Boo's laying down.
Okay, good.
But Bubba turned 9 yesterday.
And Bubba got. So what I do is I buy a pork loin and I cut my own chops because I like the big thick ones. That's what she said. Sorry. But I cut the doggies some pork chops, so they had pork chops for Bubba's birthday. And they get spoiled. They got steaks the other day.
And they had brats the other day.
Yeah. I mean, they're
ridiculous. Their human sister came to watch them for the weekend.
Yeah.
So
they probably had chicken tonight, right?
Yeah, I gave them a little. They had cheese and chicken tonight. So
chicken and cheese. Yeah, when they get hamburgers with cheese on them like this.
Yeah. Dogs. They get eggs. They get veggies.
Pop, we are definitely going to talk about our weekend at the Special Olympics.
We actually do buy them. So and this in July we go and buy them. So I actually still have some blueberries from last year. I have to finish off, and because I freeze them, but they get special blueberries in the summertime. I go and buy.
And in everything we say tonight, because we're going to share some funny stories, we are not making fun of people with special needs. If anybody that was there this weekend at the Special Olympics would watch this show, they would laugh their asses off because they go through the same shit.
It's not just it's like everybody, even the people, the coaches and the chaperones that stayed in the dorms with kids. I mean, their stories are going to be a little bit different than ours, but
we're not making fun of anybody. But there's some funny stuff that happens.
So we're talking about my brother, which we've always talked about how my brother is a hoot and holler, and so and people now Jeff understands why I always take the day after off.
Yes, I feel today like I went to like a music festival for the weekend and just partied my ass off. Like I don't know why that wore me out, but there was a lot of walking. We did luck out with the weather. You wore your boobies shirt. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad you got questions. I hope you send them to our channel.
Yeah. Hey, that's something that we will talk about too. That's kind of
we
funny.
got some new fans. I have to be careful because they could be watching tonight.
Never know.
So I have to, because they're younger people, and I kind of got in a place when they were talking to me about our channel and stuff. I'm like, geez, man, I definitely not made for kids.
Yeah. Oh no, but I mean,
one was a younger kid, but the other ones were
the other ones were older
teenagers.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, so it's not.
But we might as well talk about that first. So they talked to you first.
Well, so no, what happened is we were waiting for the kids, the Little Lightning, or our Lucas, for ours it's Lucas County Little Lightning, so the littles to go and do their events, which they're in the younger age brackets.
Hello, Julie.
So we were waiting for them to call their divisions, and I heard somebody say Ouija board. My head flipped around because I knew there was young ones behind me, and I'm like,
didn't they say we need to get a Ouija board or something?
Well, they said, but at first I heard all I heard was Ouija board, and I said, what did you say? And they go, well, we need to get a Ouija board to see if the dorms are saying that are haunted. I'm like, why are you messing with the Ouija boards? And they was like, well, because things are haunted, and that's how you talk. I was like, no. I said, you know what? Wait till my husband Jeff gets back and go ask him about haunted stuff. I said, you guys will make his weekend. And they go, what do you mean? I said, we do paranormal stuff. They're like, and then their eyes all got big, and they're like, what? I said, yeah. So go ask my husband. You'll make his whole weekend because he'll get to talk about paranormal stuff.
This is the first weekend, or this is the first trip that I've been on in years where it hasn't been to go to a ghost hunt or something. It's been a long time. So then they come over to me and they're telling me, Jesus, my mic is drooping. That's what she said too. See, there I go talking about how I'm not going to be nasty, and then there you go. I get nasty. But so then they come over to me and they're like, hey, are you Boo Productions? I'm like, yep. And they're like, we're your biggest fans. And I'm thinking, uh-oh. Like I don't think they've watched anything yet, but they did end up watching.
They were watching
afterwards.
Some stuff, yeah. And they're actually looking at my channel.
And if you guys are watching tonight, shout out to you guys. You guys definitely made my weekend, and it is fun being around these people. Like it's very tiring, and there's a lot of work, a lot of walking. But anyway, so they come up to me and they want to talk about Ouija boards. And I'm like, you shouldn't be messing with the Ouija boards. I said, I don't know. I said, technically it's just a game, but there's been a lot of bad stories that we've dealt with and heard and things like that, a lot of time they start with Ouija boards. And I said, I've done this for a lot of years, and I personally have never used one because that's just a line that something in me has always said, don't do it. Even I've been tempted to a couple times, and we've got some that are, in theory, charged with some bad stuff because we, when you do a case that involves a Ouija board, people want you to take it and get rid of it. So we take them and kind of collect them. They've never done anything in our house or anything like that, but we don't use them. They just sit there on a shelf for the most part. So
pretty much.
Yeah. So we were talking about paranormal for, 20 minutes or so, and had a good time. Hopefully I gave him some information and swayed him away from the Ouija boards because they don't need to be summoning demons at the Ohio State University dorms.
Yeah, no. So
because we told them like you never know what's going to come.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but I think that they were excited because then they got to learn a little bit about paranormal, and now they know people that do paranormal. So
we did take a lot of videos on our phones. I am going to make a video of some sort.
Didn't you download one to members only?
Yes.
That was raw stuff. So
that was like a 20-minute recap of day 2. So you guys heard some of what we're going to talk about tonight already, the members. Hello, Shadowcat. Hello, Michael. Yeah, so it was an interesting weekend, and that was as haunted as it got, was talking to...
No.
There was a building right by the hotel that...
it did look haunted.
Yeah, it was very intriguing.
It is haunted.
It was like an old mill or something.
Yeah.
It was... we got to look into it and see.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is now, but it just, I don't know, it caught my eye as I'd like to go into that place. So then, yeah. So of course I suggested to Dana's brother that we should investigate there, and there's ghosts there. So then I got in trouble because Dana was worried that he might wake up at night and decide to go wander and go check
the building out. So we had to on this whole weekend, I don't sleep very much. Like I sleep, but I don't sleep. It's like moms would probably get this where you sleep, but you're not sleeping. It's like any little noise, you're wide awake. That's my whole weekend of sleep. Saturday I did sleep about an hour, I think, where I was knocked out sleep. But that's because Jeff was awake with him. So
yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that. So this was Saturday afternoon.
Friday. Oh no, Friday. What was our big thing on Friday?
I don't remember.
10 minutes into the trip.
Oh yeah, he said, is this a long trip or something like that?
Is this going to take a long time?
Like 17 times in a row. And we answered every time.
It was only 10 minutes in.
And finally, so that was the first yelling at that he got. And I think I actually got that on video. Like I said, I'm going to put all this stuff in a video. I don't know what to do with it though. I don't want it to go on members only. I don't mind putting the raw videos up there, but I don't know that it fits our channel, and I don't want it to hurt the channel. So maybe
we might put it on Mrs. Boo's channel.
That's something that'll probably go on Mrs. Boo's channel, and we'll share it here because it's not paranormal related. It doesn't really fit what we do. And YouTube is funky about, if you go off script and, if you're a paranormal channel and you put a golf video up, they're going to not necessarily put you out then on your next paranormal video.
Yeah. So,
Bill Brutus, how are you?
It was, I think. Well, and then we had to do, because he had one burp, so we had to put the rules in effect.
Yeah, and we videotaped the rules
because my brother, he has a habit of burping super loud,
like Jesus Christ,
and also burping in people's faces, like coming up to him.
Hang on one second. Shadowcat, it's actually called Mrs. Boo, right?
Yeah, it's just you add Mrs. to the front of Boo Productions Paranormal Toledo, and I think Candy can actually add my link up, but I think she already did, but she can add it again. But it's just Mrs. added to our this channel.
We'll probably put like some more parody stuff and things like that up there. So, stuff that doesn't necessarily fit the channel. Because I would love to have kind of like a vlogging channel, because I would have vlogged a lot of the videos that we did this weekend. I would have put up there.
But then we also had the rule of burping.
Yep, that was rule
no
number
burping,
1.
And if you're going to burp, you need to move away from people. Then we had our second one was the no farting.
Well, hang on a second. And he violated rule number 1.
Right? Yeah, he did.
Very early, he burped in what's his name's face?
Ronaldo's
face. Like
first day,
right in his face. He's like, ah!
Yeah.
He was like, Ronaldo was like, God damn, dude, you could at least put that in your elbow or something.
So then rule number 2, because he does do this, he no farting.
No, rules of burping, not herpes. I don't think we had any herpes rules. Okay, she got it.
Then second rule was no farting or lifting the leg to fart, which he does. Because he farts he farts really loud, and they're obnoxious, and a lot of times they smell really bad. And a lot of one time, literally, he farted in a kitchen chair, and it vibrated the floor. So, needless to say, we had to put that little disclosure in there: no farting and no lifting, because he has a habit of lifting his leg to fart, and it's like can't do that either.
Oh, another thing. Why did he keep saying in the car? So this was another rule. It turned into an additional rule that he said Dana beats him.
I don't know where this came from.
I don't know either.
And it was like we had to nip that one in the butt real quick, because it's like, God,
you're like, don't say that in front of people because it doesn't happen.
We don't know what the heck was going on with that, but it was like, what the heck?
So in two, then when we got to Special Olympics in front of all the coaches, we nipped that in the bud right now. We told him the rules, and we told him that was a rule because for some reason he's saying that.
And Ronaldo was laughing. He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, yeah, Alan, don't you ever say that, because he goes, I know that ain't happening. And it was just like, we don't know where that one came from. The only thing we can think of, because my brother has a really good memory of when he was little, and we used to beat up each other all the time when we were little. Obviously, him and my sister, actually, our older sister and him, who's younger than me, they used to gang up on me and beat me up all the time. And
I'm not even going to attempt to say this name, but hello.
What is it?
I don't know.
No.
Jeffrey Kuhn, how's it going? Yeah, it isn't fun to not lift your leg. I totally agree with that. But when you're sitting on bleachers and you're in a space with 1,000 people, it's probably not the best time.
But it wouldn't be so bad if he kind of just lifted it just a tiny bit. No, he like knees up to the chin, leg up to fart. So it's just like, no, not happening.
We may answer this later on, but we're talking about something else right now. So
So that was, I think that was all we had for Friday.
No, he was jacked up on the car ride Friday because he was all. This is his yearly vacation.
It's like his one time he gets away from. He looks
so forward to this. He's been talking about this for like 6 weeks.
Longer than that. Like after basketball, as soon as basketball stopped.
Then he was talking 3 weeks ago about packing, and then did he forget a couple things? He forgot his hat.
No, he brought a hat, but he didn't like the hat. Yeah. Then he brought next time that we do have to bring extra underwear.
Yes.
We'll go into that in a minute.
Yep.
It's not what you think.
But then Friday they did events in the afternoon, but then they did the opening ceremonies. That was really cool. I did get quite a few videos of that. They had they have a torch and all that stuff.
Yeah, and it's cool because they have Columbus. They have because some people don't know this, but the torch that they have for Special Olympics, it starts. I don't know how long it takes for them and how they do it, but they have a torch run that goes to pretty much every county through the state of Ohio. But what happens is it's all by military or police officers. And so they're the ones that run it, and they usually have like somebody from Special Olympics run it with them, unless it's like in an area that they wouldn't be able to have them. But because sometimes they're in a wheelchair, or sometimes they have like, and it's not very long that they do it. So it depends on what the situation is. Mm-hmm. If they might just do like a quarter of a mile, or they might do a half mile or a mile or whatever. It just depends on the person's abilities that's doing it for that area. So then before the torch comes into the stadium,
hey Steph, how are
they
you?
actually have the Ohio State Highway Patrol and Columbus Police on their motorcycles come through. Then their bicycles come through. Then they have like the police academy come in. Sometimes they also have like the Army Reserves, like their ROTC program at Ohio State. They will have that come through too. But they have the Ohio Highway Patrol and Columbus Police Academies. They come through and they do run through as well. And then they have like 4 different participants that go with someone that actually go with one of the police officers that has helped in the run, and they take it and they go around the ring, around the field to get to the little podium thing that they have to light the flame.
But it comes onto the campus like Jesus Christ. Yeah. That would have been the time to commit a burglary in Columbus.
There's a lot of people.
Every fucking cop in Columbus was there.
Yeah, it's huge, but it's really cool.
And they really
And they have a flyover.
Yep.
Police.
They had a helicopter.
The police helicopter flies over, and they fly kind of low. I mean, where you can see the people inside the helicopter low, and so the kids just love it. So, or the
it's not just kids, but I mean, there's the whole like inside of the stadium is full, like and so it was really cool. That was cool to see. So yeah, that was pretty. We did encounter a little bit of rain Friday night, and that was during the opening ceremonies,
right before it ceremonies, and then a little bit during, but then it cleared up.
So we got ponchos out, we got our umbrellas. We needed it for 20 minutes?
Yeah, it was.
And then it was fine.
Yeah.
But we lucked out with the weather. It was supposed to be
the entire
blazing
weekend.
hot and raining and humid, and it really. Saturday was. But we weren't there in the afternoon where the sun did come out and it did get warm. But Saturday was.
As you can tell, I got a little bit of sun.
Hoodies because it was chilly. Saturday.
And then,
hey Victor, how are you?
So then Friday because Friday I usually try to keep him up as late as possible, which we kept him up till about 11. And then I gave him his meds because it's like, gosh, you give it to him 5 minutes later, he's
Jesus
out.
Christ,
it's like,
I don't know what the hell those are, but I need some.
Yeah. So and then he slept only. He was. I could hear him talking in his sleep. I don't know if he was talking in his sleep or if he was just talking to himself. But I don't sleep very well. But he slept till he was in bed until about 5. He went to bed at 11 and got up at 5. So it was like, okay. And then he got into the shower and did all his stuff so I could get a little bit of sleep. And then we started our Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. One thing he did not understand is that I don't talk until I've had my coffee. Like, just don't even attempt to talk to me. And I kept trying to get him to understand that in a very nice way, but
even Sunday he didn't get that yet.
No. I kept telling him, Alan, I don't talk yet. And then our coffee experience was not good.
So we went to the Speedway next door to the hotel to get coffee in the morning and get some snacks for the day and some water. And
it was honestly, it was a gross place. Like,
it was.
The floor was the entire floor was sticky. Yeah. It was. So it's weird because like the campus is beautiful and a lot of stuff around it is nice too, but it is surrounded by some ghetto hood shit.
Yeah.
And so there was definitely some, sketchy elements in the Speedway. Like, so, I'm not talking about people. I'm just saying you could tell it was a poor neighborhood.
But it's funny because even like the hotel we stayed in last year, where we spent, it was a $500 or what it was like $250 a night hotel, same kind of area behind it. I mean, it just everything around like downtown and campus is like that.
What you can see from campus looks nice, but then a block or two beyond that, it's like it starts to get
And because we were 5 minutes from we were actually 5 minutes from the football stadium, and we were at the Jesse Owens track stadium, which was maybe 6 minutes away. So I mean, we weren't very far from our hotel to where we were going to be. And so we had our breakfast because we had free breakfast from the hotel. We get to the Speedway. We're in the car.
There's Sarah.
We're not even in the car, maybe not even a couple. We're in there.
It was 30 seconds.
It was a few minutes because by the time he got in and I got everything adjusted and everything, it was a couple minutes because I had it was probably total 2 minutes because.
And that's, I think.
Because I was putting stuff in my backpack and then I got in the car and I started it and I was getting ready to back. I literally had just put it into drive or reverse. And all I hear is, oh shit, it's hot. And I'm like,
well, I heard a sploosh and then, oh shit, it's hot.
So I look back and he's got this funny way he is sitting. I'm like, oh my God, no.
Well, he wasn't really sitting. He was
hyped. He was like sitting hyped up in the like feet dug into the back of the floor and his hands on the side and on the front seat trying to push himself up. Apparently, he spilled coffee.
And we asked him later
on.
Okay.
I was like, so he spilled this coffee. And so then trying to get him out because it went under and on his in between his legs, all over my floor, all over the seat. So
his pain tolerance is very, very high.
So I had to really so we're like laughing because we're trying to get him out. and trying to figure out how we're going to get him out of the car, because one side of the car is loaded with like the cooler, my backpack and everything. So he can't even just like slide over. He has to try to get out the door. And so we finally get him out the door, and I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm like, well, luckily the hotel is right around the corner. We can just, or like right next door, we can just drive right back around. And so he had to dry his pants and his shoes with the blow. I actually had to wash them
wash them first.
Yeah, I had to wash them out with some water real quick and then dry them with a blow dryer. Then we, so I did that real quick, but then I should have just said we should toss a coin to see who had to do this, because we had to check him to make sure he wasn't burnt.
There was no coin toss going to be involved.
I asked Jeff, I said, so are you going to do it or am I? And he goes, you're doing it. I'm
a construction worker. You're in medical field.
Yeah. So literally we had to. Oh, what was breakfast? So we stayed at this little place that it was like a motor inn. And so they actually you could have a choice of a breakfast sandwich. There was like Gouda and bacon, or you could have sausage and white cheddar, or like a veggie or veggie sausage and some kind of cheese. I don't know what kind. But and they were actually pretty good.
They were good.
And then you could have a cup of coffee.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't bad. And it was plenty enough to get you through for breakfast. So we get through all that, and so we're like, okay. So I was just like, I guess I have to. I'm like, AJ, lay down, and we just had to check to make sure he was not burnt, because that would have been my luck that he was burnt, but he did not get burnt. So that was like, okay. And so then
because I would have not wanted to put burn cream on anything.
Oh no, because I would have. Yeah, no, it was like, oh. So we ended up we got to the stadium, got all situated, got set up. So no, because then, we got set up, and then Jeff was on. He went to go set up the tent where we thought it was gonna be, and it ended up being on the other side of the stadium. So
and it's a long, like from one end of the stadium to the other is a very long walk carrying a tent.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, our tent's on wheels though.
Yeah. So we parked in one area where we thought the group was going to be, and then set Dana on a mission with the chairs and the wagon and stuff to the other field, because the events were spread out quite a bit. Florio, hello. Sky Talker is in the house. Sky Talker gifting one Boo membership. Whoever gets that, go ahead and say thank you to Sky Talker. So yeah, they had an adventure on their walk.
Yeah, so because we're on the outside of the stadium, so obviously it's all like fenced in. And so we're walking, and all of a sudden he decides, he starts walking funny. And I'm like, I mean, he already walks with a funny gait. But I was like, what is you doing? And he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, you can't wait. He's like, no. I'm like, you have to wait. He goes, well, I can go in there. I said, no, you can't. We can't just walk in the gate. It's gated. You can't just walk in. We have to go in and then walk all the way up back. So he's like, oh, okay. I said, why don't you wait till we get to the other side and you can use the porta potty over there. He's like, all right. And so he's hustling through. So then
Hello, Joe.
At Ohio State, if there's somebody the pedestrians have the right of way. So if there's a pedestrian, they can walk across and you have to stop. And for Saturday, because there's so many people there on Saturday, they actually have like highway patrol and police officers there. So we're walking across the walkway. Mind you, I got a wagon with all this stuff in it, and here's AJ walking, and he dead stops, and now there's cars waiting, and he dead stops in the middle. He goes, I don't think I'm gonna make it. And I'm like, you have to make it. I said, let's go. Where the porta potties are right there. So then he's like talking to the police officers are looking at me
Laura,
like I'm totally crazy. And then he's like, hi, how you doing? Because he's so friendly and talking to everybody.
Yes, he is definitely the welcome committee
for everybody.
He likes to welcome everybody.
And so we get across the walkway, and we're walking. We only have maybe 50 yards to go, and he's going to make it. So we are almost there, and he dead stops. He goes, I don't think I'm going to make it. And I'm like, you have to make it. I said, Alan, I have nothing to clean you up. And he, mind you, he's not needing to pee. He needs to poop.
So that's on next year's list of things to pack. It's like an emergency shit yourself kit.
Because all I'm thinking is like, oh my God, if you don't make it, I'm fucked because I don't have paper towels. I don't have anything to clean you. All I have is my sweatshirt that I could wrap around you and get you somewhere. I don't have an extra pair of shorts for your uniform. So I'm like, what the heck are we going to do?
The bathroom situation was weird because there wasn't a whole lot and they were spread out. Like you needed a good, wherever you were, you needed advance notice before you had to go to the bathroom.
So he literally said we were maybe 15 feet from that bathroom. And he goes, it's coming. It's not going to make it.
Didn't you say he got picky on which porta john he chose?
Yeah. So then it was just like, I finally get him there. And then he's opening each one. He's like, nope. Like, and then he finally picked one he wanted to sit. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm like, if you had to go that bad. And it was just like, oh my gosh. So
thanks again, Sky Talker, for a second Boo membership. We appreciate you. Hope it's not telling me who got these for some reason in the chat. So whoever got that, thanks Sky Talker for that.
So yeah, it was.
And then Sky Talker also has announced that she has been a member for 13 months. Yep. Holy shit. So you were one of the OGs from when we started. Remember, I can't believe we started that over a year ago. That's crazy. I know. Crazy.
And then, so it was crazy. So we got through that. That was we did pretty good then after that. So for the day, I mean, it was just a long day of in the sun, waiting our turn. Then, of course, with his turn, because he was one of the last 5 divisions to go. So we're waiting for him because, mind you, I have to make sure everybody's in their group, and then I have to go and then I watch them get their words in.
Jimmy is in the house.
Hey, and Jimmy, so we actually are waiting for him because he's the last one to go. Everybody else is done, good to go. We're waiting because they have somebody that's running a relay across in the at the field.
Yeah, the track is
across the field,
across the street from the field. And it's when I say across the street, it's not like
it's not, but
25 feet. It's like
depending on where they're at, like where they were at, it was. It's a hefty walk for them to just get done with a run, and they were doing like 50. What was it? They were doing like relays. So it was like a lot of relays. So those people were then having to hurry up and get across to where the practice soccer field was to come in to do the stuff. And
hey Carla, how are you?
So his group, of course, was last one to get. There was 4 groups after him, and they were the last one because they waited like 30 minutes in the bullpen to do their event. And so,
I understand that because it's not their fault that they.
No, but they only hold it for so long. They will only hold the event for so long.
Right.
And they were getting ready to call it when the kid showed up or the guy showed up.
Some people were kind of getting shitty, and I'm like, just like, what else are you gonna do? Sit down here or sit up there? Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, and so they finally got So AJ started falling asleep waiting for them.
He said, I think I got a picture, at least, if not a video, of him sitting in the chair. Just as soon as we got down there, he's just like, "Yeah, I'm taking a nap."
And so he was taking a nap, and then he did his throw.
Yep.
And then we were good.
Yep. So then we that was our last event Saturday, and then we went back to the hotel room, and that's when. I tried to take a little nap, but like I said, if he has nothing to do, he's gonna find things to do that are annoying.
Oh, after we had lunch, we were just kind of trying to chill.
Well, one thing we noticed, okay, so this is relevant to the next story.
Yes.
So I drink my pop or a mixed drink out of a blue cup like this.
Yeah.
And I did that Friday night. And so Friday night I mixed the drink, and he then starts to imitate everything I do.
Well, first he's like, "Oh, I'm thirsty." Oh, and then he's like, "Can I have some?"
Then he gets a cup and he looks at me and he goes, and he points at the fridge where the Coke was. I was like, "Yeah, you can have a Coke. Go ahead." And then he's like, "No, you're gonna make it for me." Like, so he hands me his cup, so I make his. It wasn't a mixed drink; it was just Coke. But then after that, everything. Anytime I had a blue cup, he had to have one.
So we had Wendy's for lunch. Yes. He had a drink in a Wendy's cup with the straw. He decided he was going to go in the bathroom. He wasn't being quiet. I'm like, AJ, what are you doing? No response. AJ,
and he
what are you
wasn't
doing?
going to the bathroom because
No,
the light was on
right
and the
open.
door was open.
I'm like,
And
AJ,
we're like,
what
okay,
are
what
you
are you
doing?
doing in there?
No response. So I go in there, and he had taken his pop in the cup, Wendy's cup, and poured it in the blue. And I said, oh, hell no. I said, you have that cup. You put it in there so you don't spill it. Put the cup. And I said, and I told him, I poured everything back into the Wendy's cup and put the lid on and threw the blue cup. I said, you don't need that. You need to drink it out of this one. And he's just like, okay.
But when you call his name and he doesn't answer,
You
that's
know
when
he's
he's fucking
doing
up.
something.
That's he's getting in trouble. He's doing something he shouldn't be, and he knows it. But then, so then we got back Saturday afternoon, and members, you've already heard a lot of this, so. But I don't know. I think we're maybe adding a little bit more. So I noticed that he is starting to look at me every 60 seconds. He's like this. So I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? And I notice he's sitting just like I am, holding my blue cup. So is he. So I go like this. And then I see him look over, and then I see him go like this. then I put my leg up, on the bed, and we're watching sports. I'm trying to keep him quiet because Dana's trying to take a nap, and she really needed one. So he puts his leg. Every fucking thing I did for like an hour. I should have put myself in some kind of pretzel position or something goofy. So.
Oh, I was like, what is it? But that's a lot.
We got a new whispering portals. What happens when you get accused of something and you back it up with proof that you had nothing to do with it? And they still harp on the fact that you did regard as proof. How do you stop that? I don't know. Let's try and go back to that one later on.
Okay.
And welcome and thanks for watching. But we'll try and go back. I'm gonna leave that up for a little bit, just so we maybe get back to it.
So then.
So that then we had the dance. Holy shit. I'm not a crowd person.
Friday we had on Friday night though too. We did have Tent City.
Yeah, which that wasn't that.
That wasn't too bad.
No.
Except you and Brutus.
There's a alleged picture. Let's see if I can pull it up.
So they have a giant Brutus that stands up there, and AJ every year wants a picture in front of Brutus.
That's a dumb Buckeyes mascot.
So
I'm not an Ohio State fan.
Yeah, this was really rough for Jeff being at Ohio State.
Now, to be fair, I'm going to say this in my defense. This is just an honest moment of me being excited that we're at the Special Olympics.
No, it's not.
And we're raising our hand because we're at the Special.
Because
I didn't know it was in the background.
Afterwards he was like, "You did get a picture of that, right?" And I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "I took a picture." I'm like, "Put your hands down," because I knew exactly what he was trying to imply.
Oh wait,
he had my brother do it, so my brother even.
I didn't make him do that.
Yes, you did.
No, he was mimicking.
I heard you talking to him. I wish I would have videotaped it because you can tell him. You can say he was telling him, "Put your hand up like this."
He was mimicking me.
No, he wasn't.
Hey, I'm trying to find the picture.
I hope it got deleted.
Nope, here it is. Hopefully you guys can see that. We are punching Brutus in the balls. I think it's a really good picture.
It doesn't look like they're punching him in the balls. It looks like they're trying to give him something.
I'm not jacking Brutus off. Oops. Sorry, here I am talking about being clean because we might have younger people watching. Amy Stevie is in the house. How are you doing?
Yeah, so that was the excitement Friday night. But Friday night after that wasn't so bad. So then the dance.
Yes, the dance was. Like I said, I don't like crowds. Yeah, that's Florio. That's kind of what we're thinking of doing on like Mrs. Boo on her channel. It's like the stuff that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
The Boo channel, things like this, because I'm definitely making a video on, this whole weekend.
It was interesting, and then so the dance.
Oh yeah, we got some of that too. We definitely got some bickering. Because I get accused of a lot of shit that she says I'm guilty of. I look at things a different way sometimes. Dawson, how are you, buddy?
Like the Brutus.
I mean, we were just happy to be at Special Olympics. We were doing.
No, you weren't.
It's just just one of those bad
Just like I
pictures.
caught him going off, and when we were lining up for the parade in to the opening ceremonies, he went and found an Ohio State sign so he could flip it off and take a picture of it. And he said, "No, I didn't." I'm like, "Yes, you did. I could see you."
Let's see if we got that picture.
Yeah, and then so I took a picture of him where you could see the Ohio State emblem and Jeff in the same picture, and I put a Michigan fan in Ohio State. So it was
I don't know if you guys see that. But that's the Ohio State logo in the background. I'm not an Ohio State fan.
No.
But I will say this: I respected the campus on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
He did want me to drive him around so he could see some of the
I
older
wanted to
buildings.
see some stuff. I mean, it's an iconic school.
We've
been in the sun, Dawson, for sure.
It's very close. Like it's weird because like Notre Dame is very open and has a lot of green space.
Notre Dame is very old.
But but it's got a lot of green space and everything looks old. Like on the main part of the campus, then you see it broadening out into like newer looking things. Where Ohio State, you have the older stuff, and then all the new stuff is just cramping in and not
everything
around
is
it.
tall.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's like big buildings.
Yeah.
But their athletic facilities definitely are better than Notre Dame's. I mean, they've got. I mean, Notre Dame's are nice. I'm not knocking them, but like, they have world class. Like
they have a track.
A big chunk of their campus.
Like they have their track that they use for like events. Then they have a practice track. And then they have a soccer field, and then they have a practice soccer, which the track they use as a soccer field too. But then they have a practice soccer field that nobody can step on, and then they have another practice field that we were at for the one.
I won't hold that against you, John.
And then we have, I mean, it's just in the like this practice fields in the state. I mean, it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. I mean, but it's really cool.
But so where the dance was that we started talking about, that's at their like athletic center.
No, that's like at their student rec center.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like.
It's huge.
It's not Planet Fitness.
It's like what, 4 levels?
It's
really like 4
big.
levels,
Yep.
And they have like basketball. They got like all kinds of different courts. That where we were at were like basketball / volleyball courts, and there's like 4.
Yeah, 4 of them
side by side. And
they
because they divide them if they need to, but they undivide them for our event because there's so many people. There's like the awful, like we took like 3.5 of the courts.
And it was after a day of sports, so the smell in there was
at times
not the greatest.
Because some of them were coming right from events, changing, eating, and then coming right up to the dance. So,
but I mean, and you could feel the building shaking.
You can feel the floor, yeah. You add certain songs you can feel, and it was an 80s theme.
It's like this is meant for basketball, not.
It was an 80s theme, so it was a lot of bouncing.
There was probably 500 people in there at least.
Oh, I don't know. There was a lot of people in there.
Big group. So. Yeah, no, we didn't catch. I didn't do the go. I thought about wearing a Michigan shirt there, but I thought no. But it was off season, like the classes out of.
Yeah,
you would get your ass kicked for.
Well, and then I did show Jeff how the M's, like they don't have them all the time, but all the M's on campus are X
like
with
on
a red
street
M.
Signs.
Like they put a red X on the M's, so it's So that's there.
What sucks, donkey balls? I missed something.
What?
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, okay. So he said, okay, that's what they're talking about. They had a side conversation going. Then I was like, what?
About the school, high school?
Huh?
Go back.
What do you mean?
You might not have seen it. So I saw something. I was trying to see what it was. No, it's down.
Who? She's watching the chat on her phone and hello, pedals. Man, I'm behind a little bit actually.
You are, because I'm not paying attention.
Not horribly wrong.
No.
No. Oh, are you talking about what Dawn said? How she would have gone to Ohio State? You have not watched The Sopranos? Oh my God, that is the best, in my opinion, the best show ever on TV.
Oh, Sug has a live at 8, I guess.
No, of course he does. That motherfucker. I'm gonna have to message him. Say, stay the fuck off my Monday nights. Just kidding.
He needs to go on.
He just doesn't like. He doesn't do it to be a dick. But fuck you, Dawson. I'm not a huge Ohio State fan. That's a lie.
Well, we've come to, after the last Ohio State Michigan game, we've kind of come to the fact that we just kind of support Notre Dame, just because we have somebody that has a tie to Notre Dame. So we just kind of do that.
And I'm like, I mean, I joke a lot. I took the flipping off picture, but I'm not that big of a sports guy that I take that serious. Yeah. I really don't. Yes, I've been a Michigan fan forever, but I just don't. Jason is live. Jason's fun. You know what? I'm gonna have to talk to him. Does he always go live on Monday nights, Joe?
We've had this for how long that we go.
But it's Jason Hawes. He's
I know. But I'm just saying,
he doesn't know who we are.
Sug should know by now. We've been doing Mondays at 7:30 for a while now.
Our lives. He hates us. He pretty much told me that when we met him at Brushy Mountain.
Spray cheese. What?
Uh-oh. Breaking news, everybody. Apparently, Inside Guy pooped his pants during their live session before I met up with them at Brushy Mountain.
Oh, that's fine.
So.
Well,
is it in your video, Dawson?
So we did find out why my brother. I don't know. Did we say we found out why he spilled his coffee?
Yeah, I don't think we said, but.
But we did find out.
We asked him later on that night.
On Saturday, we're like, so what happened this morning with the coffee? He goes, I started falling asleep.
No, he said I fell asleep.
Yeah.
He's like, I fell asleep. Like, how did you fall asleep in 30 seconds? I don't.
So that was it. So then Sunday, Jeff had his fill at the end of the day. Sunday started out pretty normal.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. So while Joe's in here, I want to say this. So, a few weeks ago, Casper Site put his video out about real investigators, putting out entertaining content when nothing really happens. Joe's not really, he said it's not his best video, whatever. I think Joe nailed it with his Monroe House thing that he put out with me and Kenny. Obviously I was there, so I was going to watch it, but you guys need to go watch that. There's a lot of not really investigation going on. There is, but the conversations we had were, it was very similar to how Michael did it. Sorry, I got to pop that up. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that was very similar to the coffee, except the hot coffee was hot coffee. Yeah, I think Joe nailed it. As far as putting out a different kind of video when nothing happens, if that makes any kind of sense. So, yeah, it was, like I said, it was very, very similar to the Moist Michael reference. So what was I getting? Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm a pretty patient person. I don't get fired up very often, very easy, very quickly. Excuse me. I saw something about Seg. Okay. So after Sunday's events, this was noonish, whatever.
About 11.
Yeah. So they have to turn their uniforms in before they leave. So I had to take Alan down to the bathroom so that he could go in the stall and change and turn his uniform in. So he's in the stall for 15 minutes. I see movement of his feet, so I know he's not sitting there taking a dump. Because they're going side to side and whatnot. I'm not seeing any clothes come off. I would see the shorts hit the floor. I'm not seeing any of this after 15 minutes. I am pounding on the doors. Alan, what are you doing in there? Why is this taking so long? I'm getting half pissed off, because he was ignoring me. And like I said, that's a tell that he's doing something he shouldn't be doing or doesn't want us to know. So finally, 20 minutes in, I finally see shorts hit the floor. Then I see the shirt. Then I see the shirt come up. Then I see the shirt hit the, like 4 or 5 times. The shirt got picked up, then hit the floor. I'm like, Alan, what are you doing in there? We're in there. This is 25 minutes in now. I'm like, God damn, I'm about to break this fucking door down. So finally he comes out and he's changed and he's trying to put his belt on. I'm like, no, I'm helping you put this on because he was having issues. But then, you know, those string backpacks.
Mind you, he has an OCD thing where if he has to like tie his shoes, he has to tie them so many knots in them. And so with any type of strings, he does that, which showed on his when he tied his hoodie. He did the same thing. He had like 20 million knots in. Well, he probably in the bathroom.
Nope, there was no poop on the floor.
He probably was untying the knots that he had put in his shorts because they had a string. So it's probably what he was doing.
And if you would have told me that, I would have been fine with that.
He has like chubby nubby fingers, so it's very hard for him to.
Very short and stumpy.
So he has a really hard time to untying stuff. Yep. So I'm laughing.
But if he would have just answered me and said that's what he was like,
but
I
he's
wouldn't
not
have been
going
so
to because
pissed.
he doesn't want you to know that he's struggling.
Got him. So he's got this string backpack, and the string backpack is all in a mess. It's all tangled up. We literally have 25 feet to walk, but he is determined he is going to untangle this backpack and put it on. He's got chubby fingers, Stevie. We're talking about Dana's special needs brother.
Chubby fingers.
Yep. So he's trying to untangle this string, and he's trying to walk at the same time. He's bashing his head into the hand dryers. He's hitting the door. He's bumping into people, and I'm like, dude, just fucking carry it. Like at this point, people probably think that, like, you know, they're probably like, oh, I bet he beats him. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
Because, I was getting so pissed. Finally, we got back. I said, all right, you're gonna have to watch him for a minute. I need to take a walk. Because that's another thing too. You kind of got to go hide, you know, when you smoke there. But,
yeah, because you can't smoke on campus supposedly.
no. And that had actually been about 2.5, 3 hours since I had had a cigarette.
Yeah.
Because I was going to go out before that and smoke one real quick, but whatever.
There we go. Somehow my thing got frozen. Yep. So then after that we were on our way home.
Nope.
He slept most of the time.
Yeah, it was. There wasn't a whole lot of talking on the way home. Everybody,
which is kind of nice because he usually sleeps most of the time on the way home.
Yep.
But from Saturday to Sunday, he did sleep because we gave him his medicine at like 10, and he slept till 5 o'clock in the morning, which he normally never sleeps that long. But he's so tired from being up all day, being active. So. And
I want to say it again too, guys. We're just sharing funny stories. We're not making fun of people with special needs or anything like that because, you know, people that are caretakers of people with special needs,
they get it.
They would watch this show and know exactly what we're talking about and laugh their ass off because sometimes some really, really funny shit happens. And sometimes they know that it can make you just like,
because there was another sister that had her brother there, and she was like,
oh yeah,
she was like, I'll trade you. He can go back, and it's like,
and he looks like the most docile, peaceful.
Mm-hmm. And he was being a pain in the
butt.
butt.
I heard him. They were sitting behind me, and he was calling somebody a motherfucker. I'm like, what?
She was at her point. It's like, I'm ready. He can go home on the bus with you people. And because a lot of them go on the bus and stay in the dorms. With AJ's situation, he does not. We don't, because you have to have 2 people. So it's easier just to stay in a hotel room. And so that's what, Bubba, what are you doing?
We did find out that we might have an in to somebody that works at a haunted location right by us. A supposedly haunted location that's tied to a story that we've told. No, we haven't told it yet. We've told it on Harold's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No.
Lou, actually, you've changed your channel name. Yeah, no, we're not. But I feel like I have to say that because if someone comes, yeah, Dawson, I'll tell you the story. It's the first serial killer in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Unalived his wife in a very brutal way and cut up her body and tried to cook it?
He burned it.
He was trying to cremate in a potbelly stove. This is in 1857. But he was like doing weird shit that people noticed, in the town, like dumping like fat.
soot and fat. Yeah,
soot
some
and
odd
fat
stuff.
out behind it. Like it's a crazy story.
Yeah.
But so Sylvania, Ohio, a lot of people say that they see the woman that was killed. And one of the places that they say they see her at is this hotel. And one of the people that we were talking to this weekend,
she works
at the hotel. And she's like, yeah, that 4th floor is crazy. She's telling us all kinds of stuff. So like, there's a lot of these people are high functioning. I mean, she's in Special Olympics, but she has a job at this hotel. But we're talking to her parents and stuff. So I might have to look into that, because we've investigated quite a few of the buildings around where this story takes place and blah, blah, blah. So hello, Heart Investigations. How are you? The Cleveland torso murders. Hang on a second. Dawson's always trying to like raid my show. I'm just kidding. Even torso murders were really dark, but what a story. Police negligence is the reason it was never solved officially. I don't know which one that one is. You probably told me this. I'm just bad. Sorry, Dawson. Yep, Candy saying buy our shit. Ken can verify that the Boobies t-shirts are well accepted.
Please.
And yeah, okay. Let's see. I worked with special needs for over 35 years. There are so many stories I could tell you too, and know I would know if you were exactly.
Yeah.
You
have to laugh. I mean, because if you don't, it's like I mean, because we all usually on Sunday, everybody's like the coaches and the chaperones, we're all laughing, and even in the participants, we're just laughing at some of the stuff people did over the weekend, like especially in the dorms or at the track or wherever at, because it's just funny, and it's like.
But sometimes people may stumble on this, be like, "Oh my gosh, they're making fun of special needs."
No, it's just
we're not doing that.
No,
and I need to, because people jump in and out, blah blah blah. So
yeah, but no, it's like most of our other events that we do, they're only a day long event. This is the only thing that we ever do that is. Jeff, your fly is open.
I don't. That's impossible. I don't have a zipper.
I was like, wait.
Who said that? Fuck you, Dawson. Uh-oh. Pharaoh Gothgal knows. Let's see. Sylvania has a history of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. This Gothgal. It's the book that Galen Guinea wrote, The Murder of 1857. Do I have it close by?
It's
probably in the bookcase. A really, really, really good book by a local historian from Sylvania. And a crazy story, but he killed some other people too. So he was the first one hanged at the old Lucas County Courthouse.
Yeah. So Ken was running around with his booby shirt.
Yep, awesome. That is awesome. So what do you say, Ken, when people ask you what that means?
So, and then I always tell people that if I don't laugh, I'll cry. And that is very true, because that happened to my mom and I at the hospital once we found out that she had cancer, and it was like a lot of cancer. We were cracking up jokes. She was telling me that we needed to put her in a pink Whitney bottle and put her next to the tree my daughter wanted to plant for her. And people are at the hospital are like, what the hell? And I mean, because we're like laughing. I mean, we laughed. I mean, we still laugh more about it than anything else. Yeah. But it's just a way of coping sometimes too.
Yeah, Dawn. It's like it's definitely a legend in the old downtown Sylvania, which is like, when I say that, we're talking one street. And so there's many sightings of this woman throughout the area. But, I've never seen any evidence, or I think there is a video about it. Actually, in fact, I know there is. It was on PBS. What was this?
I see.
Yeah, it takes a special person to do that job.
And I mean, I've worked.
I don't have what it takes.
Yeah,
I did it this weekend, but like if that was my,
normally Jeff wouldn't have to go. My sister and I usually do this because then it's a siblings weekend.
But I would go again.
Yeah,
like
but it was because normally, but this
again.
is always like that's the thing that my sister and I always do with my brother. But with everything going around with our family right now, with my brother-in-law and my mom, we had already, before we found out about my mom, we had already planned on Jeff going with me this year with my brother-in-law being, with his cancer. And then with everything coming on with my mom, it was like, well, my sister was going to stay. Then my daughter came in town and stayed with the dogs because my dogs were going to go to my mom's house and my mom's and sister's house to stay, but it was just going to be too much. So Jenna came home and stayed with the dogs here.
Dawn, we're like 45 minutes from Sandusky.
Yeah.
We're very, very close. Dawson got stuck in an elevator today at work. That's funny. Dawson, you do get scared easy. So
yeah,
hang on. Let's highlight this because I got to tell a little story. Or should I not? Because this video is not out yet. But this is inside a guy's video.
Just hold off so you don't ruin it for something.
Dawson, should I tell the story about right when we walked into D Block building?
No,
or not?
You need to wait.
I'm asking him. Because, yeah, Dawson, just go ahead and answer that, please. So, Goth Gal, we used to actually, or not us, but Harold with Togs used to do lectures there where he talked about that murder in Sylvania and the investigations, that he did in conjunction with that story, which I have a lot of videos of that one, guys. We're going to tell that story someday. I don't care if you tell it. It was scary. Yeah, so we were just getting ready to start doing the investigation. We walk into the D Block room, or the building that houses D Block, and Dawson just like jumps. Holy, and I'm like, I thought he was joking because we were literally like 10 seconds into what we were doing. And he was like, I just saw a fucking person in that doorway and he's going out. I'm like, are you joking? I thought he was kidding, but he wasn't. So sorry, Seg, if I ruined your video, but you ruined my live by going live tonight.
Yeah, it's hard because I've worked with special needs, Alzheimer's, with dementia, and autistic children, and special need. I've worked the whole gamut, and it's tough, and people don't understand. It's a hard job, and it's very rewarding, but it's a very hard job to do. And especially then then seeing it on the medical side of it, because sometimes somebody may, like some of the people we saw this weekend, you would never, if you saw them on the street and you were carrying on a conversation, you might not know that there's something going on.
But then they have triggers like bass in music, like they can't deal with it. And we definitely saw some episodes of people like just freaking the fuck out because like sensory overload, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There was one of the guys during opening ceremony. Yeah. It was starting to take too long, and he was starting to get just very. You could tell he was starting to go. So I just started doing some pressure points on the hands to kind of calm him down a little bit. He was fine to go. Yeah, he was ready to go back, but then just doing some pressure points helped. A lot of
these volunteers and people that work with these people and stuff like that, like they know what to look for and they know what to do before it becomes a major issue. So that's,
and most of a lot of them, the triggers can be so and for the participants, so a lot of times it takes a toll on them too. Like it's very draining for them for that whole weekend. Or a lot of times we had one athlete that had to go back because he just could not handle being there. So he didn't even get to participate in any of the events because he just could not. He could not get good at. He just could not do it, and so had to go back home. So it's.
And my answer was at like 4:00 we had to have a happy hour drink.
We were ready at 8:30 on Friday for a happy hour
morning.
Drink. In the morning.
In the morning. And Saturday at 8:30 in the morning too.
And I don't drink, and I was for one.
Yep. Just we're not talking getting smashed. Just like we gotta take the edge off here.
Although
we're gonna put ourselves.
We did go to a Mexican restaurant. And the margarita, I had one sip. I just had a sip just to taste it because I like margaritas. But I told Jeff I shouldn't have done that because I could have drank that whole thing.
It was very good margarita.
And I don't drink because it does not do well with me. But
well, not like let's clear that up because we don't want people to think that you're like some crazy drunk, but
No.
no, it messes with your sugar.
Yeah.
Like bad. It goes sky high. Low sugar is easy to bring up. Sky high sugar
is very hard.
Yeah. Not in. There's not an easy fix to bring it down.
And I mean, I have insulin, but did you have yourself a donut? No, I did not have a donut. I was too tired to have a donut. I was too tired because yes, when I have bad days or stress days, I want to eat donuts, and I've been too tired to want to eat a donut. Oh, I did. We
really didn't eat that bad this weekend.
No, we don't. And well, because it's like it's just so regimented for the weekend of how things are done. It's like you don't have like. I mean, Jeff will vouch. I mean, Friday I didn't eat anything until
Friday we ate.
I didn't till dinner. I didn't eat anything, and I was really at that point. I was not really hungry, and Jeff's like, "You have to eat," because I just
because we ate dinner and then went to the Olympic Village.
Yeah.
And then we got back, dude. I was ready to fucking.
But even when
I was starving.
But when we had dinner though, I really wasn't hungry at that
point. And I wasn't either, but I ate all that I ordered. We got Bob Evans, but
and he was like,
we got back. I was like, okay, dude, I'm so walking to Wendy's. I am starving right now.
And then because then we had apples at.
Yes.
The apples were really good. Yeah, and we can buy those here locally.
But
they're probably.
I don't need to. I need a full like.
But they were small. See, for me,
they were little snack apples.
They're like snack. They were like this big. They were perfect. They were super sweet and crispy, and we can get them here locally, and they come like in a little plastic box. But because I don't like big apples, I like the smaller apples because that actually is enough for me. But that apple was really actually I haven't in my book bag yet. So.
Oh yeah.
But that
we could have used mimosas. They should definitely sell alcohol at the Special Olympics at the stadium. Nope. So there's an inside joke to this. When Dana has a rough day, she comes home and says, I need a donut. Most people are like, I need a drink, but not Dana.
No, I want a donut.
I need a donut.
And it's never really been I need a drink. It's like I need a donut.
I'm the one that I need a drink. Like
Although there has been days sometimes I'm just like, I seriously, if I could drink, I would drink. Mm-hmm. Just make sure I have enough insulin on tap. Whew.
Yeah, she would have killed that margarita.
Oh.
The last time she drank.
If I knew I had enough insulin to get me through, I probably would have, but I don't want to use my insulin that way, but
the last time she had margaritas, we got a pitcher. I think I got a glass, maybe.
That was right after I could drink it, because I can drink, and I can drink in moderation now, but I was on a medication that I could not drink at all.
Right.
Because we found out it made me super sick. And so and it was not like making my blood sugar go high. It just made me super sick to my stomach. And so I ended up not being able to do that. And because I had to be 30 before I could even start the medication, I had to have 30, it was like 10 days, no alcohol before I started the medication. And then when I started it, then there was none. So I went almost a whole year without one sip of alcohol. And so then we were about a week it was like 2 weeks after I stopped. You
were allowed to drink again?
Well, I know, because it was supposed to be a month. But I was like, I didn't care. It was 2 weeks afterwards, and we went and had margaritas, and I drank almost a whole pitcher.
Yeah, we definitely have some Mexican restaurants around here that make kick-ass margaritas. I haven't made homemade ones for a long time. No,
I love margaritas. So,
but
I actually right now have
really good ones.
Water. I found like water, like powders, that taste like. But I mean, they give me at least that taste. But I have one that's like Margaritaville ones that are like
it's like
rum runner. I know it's like a rum runner, like that one. But Mojitos. Then I found the new one I found though that I love is Crystal Light has them, and they have a blackberry mojito. And when you drink, you even get that like after effect of them or aftertaste of the mint. Oh, perfect.
Oh my
God! But then
they
have a watermelon margarita. It tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. It's like, and then the other one is a Mai Tai, which I had today, and the Mai Tai, it tastes like a Mai Tai, just not with the alcohol.
Me and your nephew can kill mojitos. We drink the fuck out of those when we go to a place called Put-in-Bay. We
So Mojito
smashed
Bay,
them.
I'm putting Bay.
We're double fisting for as long as they let us stay there.
No, what they do is we go to another bar and they're like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then one goes and the other one goes and then they meet up and then they run off and go.
That's right.
They sneak off.
Escape.
And go to the Mojito Bay. We always know where to find them. We have trackers on them, so we know where they're at. But they sneak back over to the Mojito Bay. So
I love mojitos, especially in the hot sun.
They are good there, though.
Yeah. Yep. So
yeah.
All right. So I think we've discussed the weekend. Like I said, a video is going to come out soon. Or not soon. It'll probably be like a year from now.
No, but it's gonna probably be on
But it'll be on Mrs. Boo's channel.
Channel.
It's a lot of cell phone footage. I did not take my camera, which
Jeff
if I go next year, I will take my camera.
But he learned some tips on taking pictures though too. How I take my pictures upside down and they come out amazing.
Well, but your phone is way better than mine.
True, but
kamikazes. Yeah, I remember. I don't know that I've ever had one, Ken.
I remember kamikazes when I would go to Henry J's.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was thinking of that. That was
the place when I in the 80s to go Henry J's.
Yeah, that was the go-to in Toledo back in the 80s.
80s, mid 90s.
Although 80s, you would have been a teenager.
89.
You didn't turn 21 in 89.
No, at 89 I was 18.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Could you go there at 18?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. They did have some bars back in the day that were like
a lot of the bars. And
18.
When you would go all the
time,
the bouncers kind of would just look the other way.
Yeah.
When your friends were 21, they would just look the other way.
So Fear the Living podcast is going live too. Just go ahead. Everybody fun go live. I'm just kidding. I know he's joking. I mean, he may be going live, but like he's not trying to dissuade people from watching us. But we definitely got hit by the side-eye guy. Again, I'm going to have a chat with that motherfucker. That masked bandit.
How dare he?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have a chat with him.
I'm almost tempted to jump over there and be like, dude, you did it again. Why you do this to us? But I won't do that to him.
If he just didn't know we went live. That's all it is.
Yeah.
He's very much in his own world a lot of times. But like, because if I said, hey, man, can you not go live on Mondays? He probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
So
it just happened. Because like last time we were live, he went earlier than us. And now this time he's after, like not that late after us.
But he has been going live on Monday recently.
Yeah, so. A lot more than.
Yeah, well, he doesn't check.
Jeff has a habit of not putting thumbnails up.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
No, I definitely need to. I don't like my stock thumbnail that I have when I don't have time to make a thumbnail. So I need to work on some of that stuff to make just like one that I can go to so that I can get them up quicker.
Oh.
Actually, I think Sarah has a page. Yeah, and nobody does it to be like a dick.
No.
Like, for sure. Goth Gal, yes. Oh, no, I can't. Not with my phone. Fuck. I don't think I can because my phone doesn't. If
we were taking my phone, we would be yes, but I am not going.
I might try, maybe this week I might try like a live, just a quick test live with the DJI mic inserted into the phone. Because that might actually, I might be able to go live if I do that. So I might try that. Yeah, Joe never schedules a stream. He's just like, I'm going live. Usually we don't go up against people on a Monday, but
yeah.
Except Sada Guy just goes on Mondays recently.
Yeah, but Jeff is going on a trip or
yes, I'm going ghost hunting on
Friday
Saturday.
Or Saturday? Saturday. I told you it was Saturday. You kept telling me Friday.
I was hoping it was Friday, but it's not.
It's Saturday.
Yep. So we're going to be at the Collingwood Arts Center again.
You are going to be.
Well, we like Tobes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to Collingwood again. Where are you going?
I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I will, and I do want to go live if I go there, but like you guys have all seen my live streams with my phone, and for some reason the audio is gone. So I'm gonna try and plug the DJI mic into it, maybe see if that makes a difference. Let's see, for real, it's weird for me. Okay. Yeah, we do get a lot of people that rewatch our lives, which is cool. Especially a lot of the UK people. I know. I guarantee you that. And oh shit, what's her name? Belfast. Nick. She will watch this tomorrow and be in the comments, and because she's got a special needs son too, so she's probably gonna love this show because she's already left comments on other times we've talked about going there. I don't know where the fuck Dana went. She's probably gonna get a weapon or something to hurt me. I'm just kidding. Yes, team rewatch. A lot of times, like there's some stuff, like a lot of Florio stuff. I because it's not necessarily like you don't always have to watch the video. I listen to a lot at work. What other channels do I do that to? There's Into the Fog with Peter Laws. I listen to him at work a lot. Hoping for Dana to get back here soon because I think we need to wrap this up. I kind of ran out of shit to talk about. A lot of people have gone to Side Guys, which I want to free all you people. Just kidding. Yeah, that's Florio with your stuff. A lot of times I just listen to it because there's not like video clips to watch. If there is, I'll stop what I'm doing and watch them. But most of the time, it's you talking about stuff. So you just listen. Where'd you go? Okay, because I want to wrap this up.
Why?
Because I'm tired. I'm tired. Honest to God, I feel like I went to a music festival and just partied my ass off this weekend. I'm still dead.
I slept what, about?
It's gonna take
12
me a
hours?
couple days.
But I slept about 12 hours, and I'm ready to go to bed already. So.
Yep. And I'm not dozing off or anything, but
No.
my throat's starting to get funky, and like I said, I still feel like I sound stupid because my ear, I can't hear what I'm saying. If that makes sense. Oh shit! Don't do that.
Can you hear me now?
What?
Smart ass.
So yeah, I'm trying this crap that you put in there, but it didn't quite work. But it says it's it might take a few days. So
he wouldn't let me try to suck it out.
Not with your mouth, like with some sucker thing, because that's gross. No. Yeah, the little hole on that, like that's not going to work.
I'm telling you, give it here.
We're not doing this live on film.
No, just give it here.
This is embarrassing as fuck. You're not going to stick that in my ear. Do not stick that in my ear. No.
Did you do it the right way?
I don't know. I went like this.
No, that's not how you do it.
Well, apparently, maybe that's why I'm still deaf. No.
I'm telling you, it's going to come right out.
I don't want people. No, it's not. I need to put the shit in first.
You put the shit in already.
No, I'm doing this on my own.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
This is going to go just like me plucking your eyebrows and plucking the hairs out of
I know,
your
and I fucking hate it. It's torture.
He'll get it done.
No, Ken, I'm not trusting. No. You guys don't know what she does to me sometimes. It hurts.
What do I do to you sometimes?
Like you want to stick that thing in my ear so bad.
Because I know it's going to work. But yeah, what did he say earlier? That I had to look at my brother because I'm in the medical field.
Right.
But then he doesn't trust me to do things.
But I'm a DIY surgery on myself kind of guy.
See? Even.
Yes, but I'm DIY. Like.
So am I.
Sometimes I need to. Oh, Jesus Christ. I cut myself again. Don't.
It's going to work.
Don't do it. No.
He doesn't believe me.
She's not a nurse, Ken. She does know stuff, but she's not a nurse.
I'm a medical assistant, so I'm pretty close to a nurse. I just can't do certain things, like order certain things.
Like ear surgery.
And give certain medications.
Right.
I can't pass certain medications, but I can give in certain injections.
John, she kind of likes to hurt me. I'm just being honest.
I do not.
Ow!
You liar.
I did not lie.
You lied.
I did.
Yeah.
I did lie. She didn't do anything. I was just making it up. Women know how to do it right because practice.
See, that's funny because I've actually had something happen to me because it was some kind of attachment Jeff had. And it didn't like that I was messing around with him. And so it scratched me like really bad. Like right across like the boobs.
I mean, I know people say, "Oh, the scratches, it's all bullshit."
There was no way we could.
I do think that happens.
Because there was no, because I had came in and taken a shower and then.
Ken, you can't see under the table.
Yeah.
There's scissors involved. Just joking. I'm totally joking. He accused you of having an ice pick. I just clarified it to see.
Oh, I'll give him an ice pick. I'll find. Oh, what's this? Nope, that won't work. It's.
I'm just.
Between what my brother says and you. Oh my gosh! Like really?
Yeah, but these people know we're joking.
Wow.
Hey James, how are you? I mean, for the living, if you want to go live, you can. Like, there's no rules against it. Now you're trying to pull leg hairs.
No, I'm not.
Bullshit.
I wasn't trying to pull leg hairs.
Yes, you are.
No. God. Whatever.
All right, guys. I think it's been an hour and a half, and we are beat. We almost. Ow! Fuck. That was real.
What are you talking about?
You pinched me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You did not. Yes, you are.
Like bad?
No. This is what happens to him. Oh my God.
So another thing, I say we're getting ready to quit, and then I go into more. I just had a thought. So now maybe we'll save that for next week. My thought about like how we need to kind of to try and make the legitimate paranormal like investigation channels more legit, like, or not more legit. I'm sorry, more entertaining. We need to. Guys, bullshit. We need to kind of mimic some of that, like Bob does sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Those kind of like groups of guys that just banter and things like that. Because I mean, sometimes that shit's hilarious when nothing is going on. Boo, what did you think of that? Whispering, ouch. Portals, I did not see any video yet. Where did you send it? I am not seeing any notifications. Don't squeeze it at me because that might still have some of that shit in it. All right, we are going to wrap this up because the dogs are ringing the bell to go out. I sent it on my Facebook account, but where did you send it to us at? Because
well, if it's on Facebook, probably to Facebook. Duh.
Yeah, but to me or to Boo or
to Boo probably.
Okay.
Duh. Don't
make fun of me.
I can make fun
of
you.
I'm stressed out.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. No, I'm not.
Yeah, because I had to deal with him and my brother all weekend long.
I was a good boy. I was a good boy.
When it starts off,
for the most part, I was.
When it starts off right off the bat, oh, that building looks haunted. We should go investigate it. And my brother's like, ooh, yeah. It's like, no.
I haven't even heard about this. Okay, Laura Pruitt is your name. Okay. Yeah, resend it. Hopefully we'll get it.
Dawson, I like when Dana. Dawson, you should, because I do it to you too.
Yeah, she yells at Dawson too.
Dawson gets the same treatment.
Because Dawson does dumber shit than I do. Just kidding.
He's just younger.
Yeah. So yeah, we are going to wrap it up. People are saying goodnight, and we need to prepare ourselves mentally for work tomorrow. Exactly.
At least I don't have to drive for work tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining, and go watch the Side Eye Guy. I'm probably going to go in there and leave a harassing comment. Then I'm going to bed. Just kidding. I won't go to bed yet. There's no way. I cannot go to bed this early. Still bleeding.
No.
Okay, good. All right.
I'll make it bleed.
Ouch, don't do that. Peace out, everybody. This is the awkward ending. We're ending.